Welcome back to Lover Coin and Treasure Hunter. We're uncovering the most valuable Canadian 5-cent coins from 1980, 1981, and 1982. Some of these nickels may look ordinary, but they could be worth big money to collectors. We'll show you how to spot rare varieties, what makes them special, and their estimated value today. So, if you've got some old coins lying around, you might be holding a hidden. Let's get started. First up, the 1980 Canadian 5-cent coin was produced during a period of transition in Canadian coinage. Canada's 5-cent coins, featuring the iconic beaver design by G.E. Kruger Gray, had been in circulation since the 1937 redesign, replacing the earlier buffalo nickel-inspired motifs. By 1980, the coin was still struck in nickel-plated steel, which was a change from earlier pure nickel compositions. This year is particularly interesting for collectors because of its variations in mint marks, or the lack thereof, which can influence both rarity and value. The coins without mint marks were typically produced at the Royal Canadian Mint's Ottawa facility, as opposed to coins with a small P or other symbols. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse, you'll find the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Arnold Machin, which was the standard portrait on Canadian coinage from 1965 to 1989. This design shows a youthful queen with a tiara, surrounded by the inscriptions Elizabeth II D.G. Regina. On the reverse, the design features the classic beaver sitting on a log, a symbol of Canada's rich natural heritage and history in the fur trade. The words Canada and 5 cents are inscribed above and below the beaver, along with the year of issue, 1980. In uncirculated condition, these details are sharp, and the coin retains a bright, lustrous finish that makes it stand out from circulated pieces. The 1980 Canadian 5-cent coin without a mint mark was part of a large mintage, but most circulated heavily due to the nickel's role in everyday commerce. Exact figures from the Royal Canadian Mint show that millions of these coins were struck, yet uncirculated specimens remain highly desirable because of their pristine condition. Collectors look for coins with no scratches, dings, or discoloration, as these imperfections dramatically affect the value. While coins with mint marks like the P for plating exist, the no-mint mark coins appeal to collectors who prioritize historical consistency and classic aesthetics. Now, you may be wondering, is a 1985-cent coin without a mint mark rare? The answer is nuanced. While millions were minted, finding uncirculated specimens today is increasingly challenging. Over time, most coins entered circulation, became worn, or were lost. The combination of age, condition, and historical interest gives uncirculated examples a collectible edge. Numismatists often seek this coin for type collections, date runs, or as part of a Queen Elizabeth II coin series, making it an important piece for anyone serious about Canadian coin collections. Condition plays a pivotal role in a coin's value. Coins are typically graded on a scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, with uncirculated coins falling in the MS60 to MS70 range. For the 1980 nickel without a mint mark, an MS60 or MS63 coin is considered attractive, while MS65 and above are highly sought after. The eye appeal, luster, strike quality, and absence of marks all contribute to the coin's desirability. If you happen to find one in near-perfect condition, it can command a significant premium over common circulated coins. So, what is the 1980 Canada 5-cent coin without a mint mark worth? While prices fluctuate based on market demand and grading, typical uncirculated coins in lower mint state grades, MS60 to MS63, are valued at around 50 cents to $1.50 USD, primarily for collectors completing a set. Higher grade coins, such as MS65 and above, can fetch $3 to $10 or more, depending on the rarity and interest at the time of sale. Remember, coins in exceptional condition, especially those with strong luster and sharp detail, often outperform average market estimates. Collectors appreciate this coin for several reasons. First, it represents a tangible piece of Canadian history, bridging the gap between mid 20th century coinage and modern minting technology. Second, the classic beaver design is iconic, timeless, and instantly recognizable, making it appealing to both novice and advanced collectors. Third, as a small denomination coin that circulated widely, it's relatively affordable to add to a collection, but finding one in uncirculated condition introduces a hunt and discovery thrill that makes collecting exciting. If you're considering adding the 1980 nickel to your collection, there are a few tips to keep in mind. Always examine the coin's luster, strike sharpness, and any potential scratches or discoloration. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can significantly reduce its value. Store uncirculated coins in acid-free holders or protective flips to maintain their pristine condition. It's also helpful to consult updated price guides and online auction results, as market trends can fluctuate. Collecting multiples across different grades or even comparing mint-marked and non-mint-marked examples can also make your collection more comprehensive. In summary, the 1980 Canadian 5-cent coin without a mint mark in uncirculated condition is a small coin with a big story. Its historical significance, timeless design, and collectible potential make it a valuable addition to any Canadian coin collection. Whether you're a beginner looking to start a typeset or an experienced numismatist hunting for high-grade specimens, this coin offers an engaging combination of history, artistry, and value. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more insights into Canadian coins, rare numismatic finds, and market updates, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update next up. The Canadian 5-cent coin, nickel, bearing the beaver design dates back to 1937, when the artist George Kruger Gray first created the reverse with a beaver sitting on a log. The obverse features Queen Elizabeth II, right-facing bust, and by 1965 a new obverse portrait style was introduced. For the 1981 coin, the standard circulation design includes the beaver on the reverse and the Queen's bust on the obverse. According to numismatic sources, the 1981 coin's mintage was 99,107,900 pieces for the no mint mark variety. The composition for 1981 is 99% nickel, weight 4.54 g, diameter 21.21 millimeters. Understanding these specifications helps confirm you have the correct coin. Now, what does no mint mark mean in this context? Some Canadian coins bear mint marks to indicate which facility produced them. However, for the 1981 5-cent coin, the standard circulation strike has no mint mark. This is the no mint mark version. It is often referred to by catalog number KM#60.2. According to World Coin Price Guide via NGC, the listing for the 1981 no mint mark 5 cent is included under Canada 5 cents KM#60.2. There is commentary that the Winnipeg minted, or some die varieties, may be scarcer in uncirculated condition, making condition especially important. So when you look at your coin, confirming it is the standard 1981 no mint mark variety is step 1. Let's talk value. For a coin like this that was issued in large numbers, mintage 99 million, the value in typical circulated condition is modest. According to Coins in Canada, the melt/low value for a 1981 5 cent in circulated condition is about 12 cents. Another source, Monet Canada, quotes about $1 Canadian for a brilliant uncirculated BU example. What this tells us, the typical general circulation coin is plentiful and uncirculated examples do carry a premium, but not an astronomical one. In other words, if you find a 1981 no mint mark 5 cent in average uncirculated, but not gem, condition, it might sell for a small multiple of face value, but you should not expect huge dollars unless condition is exceptional or there's a special die variety. For example, the price guide via NGC lists for the 1981 no mark 5 cent, good, G, to very fine, VF, maybe, $0.20 USD, extremely fine, XF, $0.60 USD, uncirculated higher up, e.g., MS65, maybe $22 USD. That gives you a realistic ceiling for typical coins today. What does uncirculated mean in this context, and how does grading affect value? Uncirculated, also called mint state or MS, means the coin has never been used in commerce and shows no wear from handling in circulation. However, within uncirculated there are many grades: MS60, lowest uncirculated, MS63, MS65, gem, MS67, superb, etc. The higher the grade, the more premium the coin commands. For the 1981 5 cent, while many are uncirculated in the sense of never circulated, the ones with sharp strike, full original luster, no bag marks or contact marks, and excellent eye appeal are much more desirable. For example, a listing showed a PCGS MS65 gem uncirculated 1981 5 cent coin priced at $100 USD 6570 in Australia. That is well above the typical MS60 or MS63 example. So condition is key. Are there special varieties or errors for the 1981 no mint mark 5 cent that might elevate value further? Yes, for instance, the article on the sandpit.net mentions that the 1981 Winnipeg minted 5 cent, though maybe still no mint mark, might be very scarce uncirculated or better, because many were circulated or bagged without being kept in pristine condition. Also, while not a die variety, some coins show differences in the obverse or finish depending on mint facility. If you spot a major die break, doubling, or mint error, off-center, clipped planchet, broad strike, that could raise value beyond standard catalog pricing. One Reddit discussion for a Canadian 1981 coin mentioned an odd error about a 1 cent impression on a 5 cent coin, though that may be a different issue. So when you encounter a coin that looks unusually flawless or shows unusual features, consider seeking professional grading and authentication. Let's walk through how you should examine your coin. First, verify the year, 1981. Confirm there is no mint mark. Check the diameter, approximate 21.21 millimeters, and weight, 4.54 g, and composition nickel. The reverse should show the beaver design with 5 cents and Canada. The obverse should show the Queen's bust with Elizabeth II d. Regina. Check for signs of wear. Any rubbing on the high points, such as on the beaver's fur, the log, or the Queen's hair, mean it is circulated. For uncirculated condition, you want full sharp details, original luster, no bag marks or minimal, no contact marks major enough to impact eye appeal. Also check for cleaning or unnatural toning, which may reduce collector value. Use a good light, maybe magnifier 10x, examine fields, flat backgrounds, for marks. If you're considering purchasing or selling, you may want to get it slabbed, graded, by a reputable service like Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, especially if you think your coin might be MS65 or higher. What are current realistic expectations if you own one, want to sell one, or buy one? As of current catalogs, the baseline for a brilliant uncirculated, BU, 1981 no-mark 5 cent coin might be around CAD 12 or USD 0.751.50 in typical uncirculated condition. For higher grade, MS65, you might see USD 2030 or more depending on eye appeal. The listing for MS65 at $100 suggests the upper tiers command significant premium. That same data shows the standard uncirculated grade by price guide of $2.00 USD for uncirculated, reference in NGC guide, $2.00 for MS60/MS61 etc. for 1981. The key takeaway, unless your coin is top grade, the value will not be huge. However, if you see a coin that is clearly gem, well struck, with minimal marks, it might be undervalued. For sellers, set realistic expectations. For buyers, there's good value to be found. Here are some practical tips. When buying, examine photos, if online, or inspect in person. Check for wear versus just bag marking. Ask for provenance or grading if high grade. For selling, document condition. Perhaps get graded if you believe it's MS65 plus. Price according to recent sale data, not just catalog high. For storing, keep your uncirculated coins in inert holders, e.g., archival plastic flips, coin capsules, and store in a cool, dry, dark environment. Avoid humidity, touching with fingers, direct sunlight. Nickel coins can toning or corrosion if stored improperly. Avoid cleaning your coin. Cleaning usually reduces value significantly. If you have a high-grade specimen, consider slabbing to preserve condition and provide buyer confidence. Lastly, keep your expectations realistic. While rare high-grade examples can appreciate, most remain modest in value. In summary, the 1981 Canada 5-cent coin, no mint mark, is a well-produced coin with high mintage, 99 million, so it's common in lesser grades. However, in uncirculated condition, especially gem grade, it carries a collectible premium. Values for everyday uncirculated examples might be CAD 1.2, USD 0.751.50, but jump up significantly for high-grade, e.g., MS65 examples priced in the USD 2030 plus range and higher if exceptional. If you own one, confirm the variety, assess condition honestly, consider grading for high-grade pieces. If you're buying, look for condition, seller reputation, realistic pricing. For selling, present condition clearly, consider grading for higher value. If you enjoyed this dive, please like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you have this coin and what grade you think it is. Maybe we'll do a future video on grading nitty-gritty for Canadian nickels next up. To understand the 1982 Canadian 5-cent coin, it's important to know the historical context of Canadian coinage. In the early 1980s, Canada was transitioning in terms of coin composition and production techniques. The 5-cent coin, traditionally made of nickel, was part of a series that had been in circulation since 1922. By 1982, the coin was still struck in nickel, featuring the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin, and the beaver design on the reverse, crafted by G.E. Kruger Gray. Coins from this era are particularly interesting because some were minted with subtle differences, including mint marks, which make certain pieces more collectible than others. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side, you'll notice the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II facing right, with the inscription Elizabeth II D.G. Regina, which stands for Dei Gratia Regina, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen. This portrait was used on Canadian coins from 1965 to 1989. The reverse features the iconic Canadian beaver, sitting on a log with water ripples, surrounded by the inscription 5 cents and Canada. Collectors pay close attention to small details like the sharpness of the beaver's fur, the clarity of the date, and the quality of the coin's rim because these details affect grading and ultimately the coin's value. The 1982 5-cent coin was minted at the Royal Canadian Mint, but here's the key point. Some coins were produced without a mint mark, meaning they were struck in Ottawa, whereas coins with a small P or W mark might have been produced at different mint facilities or as special issues. The mintage numbers for the no-mint mark variety are significant because they determine rarity. While millions of 1982 nickels were minted overall, the uncirculated, no-mint mark coins in perfect condition are considerably rarer, making them desirable for collectors seeking pristine specimens. What exactly does uncirculated condition mean? In numismatics, an uncirculated coin has never been used in commerce and retains its original mint luster. There are no scratches, dents, or wear from handling. Grading services like PCGS or NGC often assign numeric grades, with MS 60 to MS 70 being the typical range for uncirculated coins. A 1982 nickel in MS 65 or higher is considered excellent quality and will command a higher price than coins in circulated condition. Collectors should look for clean surfaces, sharp details, and uniform coloration when evaluating uncirculated coins. Despite being minted in relatively high numbers, the 1982 Canadian 5-cent coin without a mint mark holds a moderate collector value. Its appeal lies in its condition and the fact that not all coins from 1982 survived unscathed. Coins that remain flawless, with original luster and no scratches, are increasingly rare as time passes. Some collectors are particularly interested in building a complete set of 1980s Canadian nickels, which increases demand for high-quality, uncirculated specimens. The no-mint mark variety adds a subtle layer of rarity, distinguishing it from coins struck at other facilities. So, what is the dollar value of a 1982 Canadian 5-cent coin without a mint mark in uncirculated condition? As of 2025, these coins generally sell for around $1 to $3 per coin if they are in typical uncirculated condition. However, higher-grade specimens, especially those graded MS-65 or better, can fetch $5 to $15 or more, depending on demand and the buyer. Coins with exceptional eye appeal or those submitted for professional grading can see even higher prices. The market value fluctuates with collector interest, so keeping track of auction results and dealer listings is key for accurate valuation. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1982 nickel without a mint mark, pay attention to a few critical tips. First, verify authenticity by inspecting the coin closely for correct details, weight, and dimensions. Second, check the condition and grading, as even small surface imperfections can affect value. Third, compare prices across coin dealers, online marketplaces, and auction platforms to ensure a fair deal. For sellers, presenting coins in protective holders or slabs can preserve value and attract serious collectors. For buyers, asking for coins with certificates of authenticity or verified grading adds security. If you're enjoying this detailed dive into Canadian numismatics, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll gain access to weekly content about rare coins, grading tips, market insights, and collecting strategies. Our community is passionate about coin collecting, and subscribing ensures you never miss an update. Plus, by hitting the bell icon, you'll get notified whenever we post a new video on rare coins, including other Canadian nickels, pennies, and commemorative issues. Your subscription helps support the channel and allows us to continue bringing in-depth content to collectors worldwide. To wrap up, the 1982 Canadian 5-cent coin without a mint mark in uncirculated condition is a fascinating piece for both novice and experienced collectors. Its historical significance, subtle rarity, and the enduring charm of the beaver design make it a must-have for Canadian coin enthusiasts. While the current market value might seem modest, the true worth lies in its collectability and condition, which can increase over time. So whether you're adding it to your collection or exploring the world of coin grading, this nickel is a small yet significant piece of Canadian history. Thanks for watching.